Now that we have an understanding of what temptation and sin is all about, we need to look at this step 2. Decide if you're serious about stopping. Okay. Do you want to stop? Now, this is a good question. Okay. If we have pet sins, habitual sins, or sins that are tied up in our passions or desires, we may not have actually ever considered, do I want to stop these? Do I want to separate this from my life? Okay? And so it's a good question that we should be asking ourselves. If we're aware of certain sins in our lives, do we want to stop? Okay. Is a little sin okay? We talked about mortal sins, venial sins. So long as we don't do mortal sins, we're doing good, right? Just doing a little venial sins, right? They didn't reach the mortal level, right? So little sin might be okay, right? Well, let me ask you this. Is a little cancer okay? If you went to the doctors and he said, we did the test, we looked at everything, and, we found a little bit of cancer. You can go home now. Is that going to kill you today? It's not mortal, not terminal, you're not going to die on the spot. You just got a little cancer. Would that be something you want to hear from the doctor? Of course not. Absolutely not. Okay? And so, the reality is that, yes, we distinguish the difference between mortal sins and venial sins. But there is no place for sin in our lives. Okay? Not even a little sin. Because the reality is love versus sin. We are called, we are created by God to be loved and to be loving. We are called to learn to love perfectly like God. And obviously, if we are failing to love through sin, we are not moving towards perfection. And so, it is in many ways as simple as the reality that if we want to be the loving people we were created to be, then we have to stop sinning. Do you really want to live with sin? Whether it's habitual sin, whether it's a pet sin, whether it's a sin because you were grieved at some point and feel that you're justified in holding that grudge, or whatever it might be, you really want to live with sin? And think about it. Is sin valuable? Is that something you want? Do you want to love God as much as He loves you? Think about that. God has loved you every second since you were created. There's not a moment that He has stopped loving you. As you've been loved by God, do you not want to love like that? We are all called to perfect love. Can you love perfectly and still sin? Yeah, the answer is pretty obvious. No. Because it's a failure to love. Either God or someone else or ourselves. So do you want to stop? If so, why? That's an important question too. We have to ask ourselves. If I'm aware of a particular sin or set of sins, whatever it might be, big or little, and I say, okay, I realize that these are sins and I don't want them in my life. Why? You need to know. You need to know why you don't want to sin. If you can't answer that question, guess what? You're going to sin. You have to know why you don't want to. Now, what are the excuses for not stopping? Make a list. As soon as your brain goes to a particular sin or temptations, and you say, I need to stop them, you know what your brain is also doing? Coming up with excuses why you shouldn't stop. Well, I can't change that. I've been doing it too long. Oh, well, yeah, I need to change, but maybe not right now. That'll be a project for 2017. You need to know what excuses you have for not stopping. Make a list. This is something worth doing. Write down the reasons why you can't stop. Look at that list. See what you're telling yourself. Why can't you stop? What are the excuses? You need to know why you want to stop. Make a list. Think about it. Think about all the reasons why that sin does not belong in your life. Make a list. Make a list of what that sin brings. What are the repercussions? What's the damage? Who does it hurt? Understand the reality of that sin. Why do you want to stop? Why does that sin not belong in your life? You need to know. You need to understand it yourself. I can't do it for anybody. We can only do it for ourselves because it's our sins. It's our particular temptation, whatever it is, that catches our attention and says, hey, look over here, this is what you want. Whatever it might be in our lives, big or small, you need to know why. Why do I need to stop? You need to understand that. Are you ready to stop making excuses? Are you ready to stop today? Question worth asking. Because guess what? No more one last times. We can do one last time for forever. Oh, I'll quit. Father's right. That's a good idea. But let's do it just one last time, and then I'll make the resolution to quit. I just need to try one more time, just because I've done it so long. I can't quit right now. I can't quit today. That's ridiculous. Let's just do it one more time. That one more time will go on and on and on and on. Whatever it is, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're going to pray about, whatever the last time was the last time, needs to be the last time. Don't use that as an excuse. One more time.